As we see Ranelagh, the lads, with an H, from Dublin, going up against perennial champions and, quite frankly, the bad guys of European Ultimate, Clapham. Perhaps the tournament of his life so far as they get across to the far sideline and tag TV into the middle. McNamara, it bounces off his hands and he does a forward roll to let that lie in right side for Thompson. Thompson now trying to work his way down the pitch, goes for the scooper. It's just McHale and Thompson right now working between each other, close to the sideline. You'd like to see them swing it off it, maybe introduce a little bit of space into this offensive structure, or just keep breaking it all the way to Hillman for the opening score. Sends it to Feely, middle of the pitch. Matthew Feely. Ballincollig in court, gets a DV wastes no time launching that one deep. But stealing in there is Magnus Wilson. Ranelagh is moving against McNamara. The first go around to Alcock. Alcock playing against Rogers, back to McHale. And McHale has really been pulling the strings of this defense, and he gets it to Funk at the front corner for the second break. Teams get beaten by that time and time again. Two largely unforced errors. I mean, DV has made that shot over and over. Mercury really making their presence known as the two D-line players come back, and that one just a bit too close. Style of play, you never know where he is. You just have to assume he's coming. Rag goes down the line, he's looking for Alcock. Huge layout block by Samuel Murphy. Rogers goes with the dump back to Feely. There's the quick bot back. This give-go style is what they're going to look to get going. And then Feely just launches one. They look for the big man downfield, and he takes it down for the score. Tig, Bogan, Carey.
Now we're going to see Clapham's O-line come out for the first time this game. Maybe they'll be a little bit rusty after being out for so long. We'll see what Ranelagh can do on defense. So far, Ranelagh has been a team, when I've watched them, we're going to see here, the layout D.
Recognizes Bogan Carey going deep.
And just no fear with that throw.
No hesitation. So one of the most accomplished and steady throwers in Europe. Gets it to Ford, probably the most accomplished and steady player in Europe. Ford wastes no time, he's going deep immediately, looking for options downfield. And it is collected on the other side. That was so well weighted, and then they just leading pass to Yo.
Because the defense was on the other side. You see here Ford, no hesitation, just shoots it deep. Charlie Butt there with the reception. Into Yo.
A fair, or more standard affair for the Ranelagh O-line. And that one's just thrown behind DV to keep getting it under the attentions of Micklem. And now McHale goes for another break, arcing it around to Funk. Can he finish the move? McNamara slides across, and there Swan Thompson moves himself into the open side to get the score, 4-1. He'll have to clog the lanes and try to stop any initial pass play. Feely's there. Oh, and another miscommunication. Buck sneaks in to steal that one away. Off to Rag. Rag goes back to Modiano, and Clapham's D-line really just taking their time. The Eels looks for Modiano again. Murphy once more comes in for the D. So now Keenan has an opportunity to get suspiciously free. Could it be justified? Feely gets the sweeping across. He's doing a great job of taking advantage of the poaches that Hillman's sitting on. There's the big arcing one. Eels on McNamara underneath it. McNamara reads it correctly and gets the score.
It's like, oh, this is not what you want to do to force it, that matchup. But I think you see the height difference there between McNamara and Eels, and it actually is the right shot. Here we're going to see Murphy get that D. Murphy just doing all the work.
Just typewriter this all the way down. So you can see Abrams and Long teaming up. And then there's the step through. Liam Fletcher picks it. They were looking for Yo. Carey. And get it back to McNulty. Here's trying to move. McNulty goes for the break across, and Ford was equal all the time to Keenan's cut. So now it goes to Abrams. Abrams gets it to Mead. Mead looking for Ford in the middle of the pitch, and Ford just throws it to Yo. Not quite in yet, but they are right on the doorstep. And jumping in for the score is that Ali? Oh no, it's going to go back. I apologize for now. And they get the goal. The pitch. Sneaking up behind to try and tempt him into go for that throw was Martin. And that one Martin almost gets a foot block. Rogers. Amal is on him. Rogers just uncorks when he's looking for Murphy. You would too if you played with him as much as Rogers does.
Like you said, that's the key for them in this game. Don't hesitate, but execute, and this is exactly what they did here in this point. Look at this throw from Rogers.
So well set up as well by Murphy.
And then Mead sending it all the way into the middle to Hero. Hero getting across to Ford. Ford's just been waiting on that front corner. Yo pops it, and then they throw it over both of them to Abrams for a score. Involved, coming under as Clapham continue to just pass off responsibilities and going for a shot straight through the middle. Feely. Deevy's trying to get himself available for it. Feely holsters it, understandably, back to Murphy. And then Feely again. Leads to McNamara in the front corner. Comes down. Briggs thinks about the huck a few times, or certainly looks like it. Every fake he throws is so dangerous. Ford sends it himself. He's looking deep once more. That's Yo. McNamara's trying to play D. And he gets him to bid a little early. Into motion. Rogers picks it up. He has McNulty. McNulty gains a few extra yards, and McNulty lasers one up. He's looking for Bogan Carey. Wilson's chasing, but Carey's got that in oodles of space. Keenan makes a move in the end zone, but there's 4 Clapham players around. McNulty. McNulty thinking about a break, perhaps. He's certainly looking that way, and there goes Rogers. That's a nice little throw into the incoming Rogers, and there's the quick shot. Taken down by Rory Q. Being marked by Stewart. Stewart likes taking the difficult handler assignments. He did a fantastic job on Ben Yonkers in their quarterfinal. Briggs launching one up. It's arcing. It's going the wrong direction. If it stays in bounds, can Wilson get it? What a catch!
But was he in?
Ranelagh seemed to be given it as a score, so that's going to count as a score. What an incredible catch by Wilson.
Easily catch of the tournament for me so far.
Opens up. I mean, come on. At a certain point, like, you've just got to put up your hands and go, I guess. Gets it to Feely in the middle of the pitch. So Clapham, their offense looking steadier. Cross to Rogers. Thinking about the break. And lightning's a quick break into DV for the score. Sends it back to Briggs. Briggs will have no such reservations if the shot is on. Across to Wilson. And there's McNulty. He peels off from Briggs and gets the interception. He's just waiting for somebody to get free for him.
Yeah, but he had no mark. He had no rush.
McCreary, you want to talk about not rushing? He launches it, gets it over the top, and Bogan Carey gets a score.
Maybe in a forced middle, and they were alternating back to strict person-to-person at that moment. Here we're going to see the huck from McCreary. And just perfectly placed right above Abrams.
Downfield, Mead was making the move, gets it to Ford inside instead. Ford passes to Abrams. Abrams looks at the quick pop back to Ford. Ford now shoots it to the end zone. It's comfortable, it's floating, and McHale's just going to take his time.
Coming out again with that forced middle. It's bitten them a couple times, but they have gotten the turns off of it.
We'll see if they can hit it. When you see Yo going deep with that much speed, it is an intimidating prospect. So is Ollie Gordon. He's been doing this for years. Bogan Carey can't quite close the gap, and it's going to be OG with the score. That's one of the most accurate. Ollie Gordon, like clockwork.
To be fair, Ollie Gordon has quite some speed as well.
Micklem. Feely's trying to make a move from trying to go down the line. And Micklem unfortunately misreads what's going on offense. There's the leading pass. Montiano, what a grab. Snatching that one out of the sky. And there's McHale shooting to the end zone. Funk is free for the score. Figure of Nathan Ragg. And there's the quick bounce back. Eels almost snuck in and got another D for himself. That one goes to DV on the far sideline. DV, this shot is going to hang. Bogan Carey's underneath it. It's going to be a contest. Norfolk can only watch.
Check on that line. Here's the jump. And that's not in.
As Bogan Carey looking for Rogers in the end zone. He's putting in work against Almala, but Bogan Carey finds Cochran, who chases up and then crawls down. Ranelagh are very much still in this, mentally speaking.
Gets decent position, but Bogan Carey just goes up a little bit higher and a little bit later and times it just a little bit better. Comes down with that reception.
Yeah. And then the patience, not throwing it away in this situation. Rogers was working like a madman. Amal was doing a great job.
A lethal offense so many times in a row. Wilson, far sideline. Yeah, looking for somebody. Goes down the line with a big hook. McNulty's having to chase McCreary. He's also closing the gap. There's a lot of people underneath it. Big chance. And McNulty gets his second D of the game. Sides against it again. McNulty is shimmying, shaking. Wilson was peeking in there, maybe looking for a poach himself. McCreary, that's a perfectly weighted throw. Keenan's going to chase it down for the break. 10-9. That was about 4 hacky sacks.
That was about 4 hacky sacks. All right, all right.
The tide may be turning.
The 10-9, this game's still really close. Look at this. Just everybody goes up too early except for McNulty.
Forward to McHale. McHale. Arcing that throw around to Briggs. Briggs is forced to go to dirt to get it, but he does so with aplomb. Yo gets the quick pop to McHale. McHale across to Mead. That one came out just a little bit fluttery. maybe rushing themselves. Oh, the drop knee, the amazing grab! Hillman! What a snag!
Bit fluttery by Mikhail on the lefty backhand. Might have slightly rushed it. Now watch this for the swag. Drop knee, flick break. Your heart out Rogers, and what a grab by Hillman.
Martin kind of creeping in there as well. DV makes that standard Ranelagh cut right in front of the handler. Bogan Carey. And there's Murphy. He's going to be there. It's floating for him. He's going to have to do something spectacular.
Was he in? Okay. There's the catch, and the foot is in.
The foot is in.
And they're calling it a goal.
Something spectacular.
Offensive flow, zigzagging down the pitch.
Let's just enjoy this.
Cash.
To the corner for Gordon. Doesn't want it. Mead goes up the line, but Ford comes back. And it's just across all the way. Yo, once again, free on that sideline. He spent the whole point there, and they get the shot into Horry. That was fundamentally flawless offense. Feely. Centers to Rogers. Rogers. Across to Cochran. Cochran. Launches one deep. He's looking for DV. DV's chasing it down on McHale. And that was absolutely perfect. Ranelagh feeling themselves. Marked by Rogers. Rogers a very aggressive handler mark. Saw him have a great battle against Mueller last year in the quarterfinal. That one floats too high over, and McNamara gets his second D on Yo in the game. Really thought he was going to lash that one. Gets to Sam Murphy instead down the line. Murphy sends it to the end zone. He's looking for Keenan. He finds him.
We got a tied game here, Lorcan. 12-12. That's the break.
Still searching. I guess that one just ever so slightly around. Stewart tries to peel off. Great switch. Murphy has to run downfield. Gets it back to Yo. McHale skies that one. It's over Ollie Gordon. Davies underneath it. And a critical error again. It's a big moment. Are they equal to it? It remains to be seen. Rogers gets it to Keenan. Keenan has been fantastic all match long, and he puts up rather floaty pass. Ty Davies trying to react to it. So is McNamara. And Davy collects it after the bounce. That's a big time score. It doesn't matter how they come. It just matters you put them on the board. 13-12 to Ranelagh.
You can see the throw from Keenan. Really high, really floaty. And look at watch Davy. Watch 24. Position well. Read the play perfectly. Off the tip.
Dublin continue to press their advantage. Ranelagh. That's Hillman with the disc. Just about gets around Murphy. Big bid by Davy on Gordon. McHale making his regular appearances on the O-line, it seems now, as things get very tight and intense for Clapham. McHale has the disc back, marked by Keenan. McHale goes for the break. It's going to be tough. It hits the dirt right in front of Gordon. He's broken players at will all game long, but that time it just seemed to snap for him. Rogers. Trying to flip it. And he's forced to put up a massive blade. The only person really near it was McHale. Ford down the line, Yo. He's right in front of the end zone. This has been that calm, casual play that Clapham do oh so well. The break back to Ford. Ford puts it out for Mead, middle of the pitch, and Mead scoops that one and sends it right to the feet of Hillman. McNamara in the middle. McNamara back across to Murphy. Murphy to McNamara. McNamara through the middle to Stewart. That's Louis Stewart. He shoots for the end zone. He's trying to find DV. There's not going to be enough float, or is there? Joe has been tireless, working those unders and getting the quick pops back. Ford just getting on a bit of a step ladder. Casual athleticism. He puts up a big floaty one. McNamara on Yo. McHale's coming to help. And Yo, masterfully done. Shepherds McNamara towards the sideline before turning back into the score. And gets it to Feely, relieving that pressure. I think I heard a collective sigh come across the Irish Sea in that moment. McNamara sends it. Bogan Carey free in the middle. Bogan Carey puts one out for Murphy. Murphy's going to get there. He has to toe the line again. Immediately called in.
We're going to look at the replay here. It's really hard. I can't even see the line, so I'm not going to be able to make any call here.
It looks like he's being called in. I think Ford's kind of stepping off as if he's ready to tap that back into play. Looking, Feely's trying to move. That's a nice little stutter step. Throws Modiano off him. And now Feely directing traffic. Calling for McNamara. That's a tasty little inside break. McNamara goes for the pop to Rogers, and Ranelagh move themselves 1 point away from a European title. 14-13.
14-13. Clapham's O-line will take the field for the last time in this game.
Long. Disc in hand. Pressure mounting, gets that one. It goes over the top, McNulty tears it down! That's probably the highest he's got in the air this whole game. McNulty, back to McCreary. McCreary. It bounces off. Oh, it bounced out of the hands of Stewart, off the head of Briggs, and then out of the hands of Stewart a second time. Searching, finds Gordon on the far sideline. Gordon can't get the pop off straight away. He's looking for Mead. And he throws that through the body of Liam Fletcher. Then Mead puts up the floating pass. He's trying to find Abrams on the other side. Stewart's closing the gap, but not quite in time. And it goes to Universe Point.
It's not usually the player to give him that much space.
As Murphy looking, Feely clears out. He floats one up for Corcora. Just Murphy showing off about every facet of his game. There's the lefty leading pass. There's Rogers chasing it down. And in what has to be considered a metaphor, Rogers plows over Justin Ford to get the winning score. 15-14. The Ranelagh lads have done it.
History in the making. It is done. The Irish boys from Dublin are European champions. 15-14 coming out, going down 2-0 to start off, but punching their way through this Clapham side, forcing them into errors, playing tremendous offense. And again, we get Rogers. Look at that throw from Murphy, who's been a standout player all game. The hammer fake, put it in space for Rogers. He jumps for it, and he scores the goal for his team, and Ranelagh are going home with gold.
ulti.TV